Hey there and happy Friday. So yesterday was a great stamp camp here at my house and I was really excited about the projects. Don't get me wrong, I'm usually excited about the projects and everything, but it just reminded me of how much I love fall and the colors and all of that. And so I get to come live and show you one of the projects that was done yesterday. And also it's a project I kind of look like, which one should I showcase today? And I thought this is something that you can order right away. Sometimes I'm hesitant to do too much of a sneak peek on videos when you can't order it, not because of only that, but because I like to always have a link that you can just click on and add things to your cart, and if it goes to your cart, you can adjust things like, oh, I've already got that, or take that away, or add this or that. And I can't do that when things aren't live. So there's that part of it as well. But this is what I'm going to show you. Sarah Wills had a similar project, very similar, on Pinterest. And that really got my creative juices going to, oh my goodness, let's use that paper and my white Gable box that I've been kind of saving since I got a couple months ago, or maybe just a month ago. But I'm going to show you how to assemble this. So let me get my camera turned around. And hopefully the mowing, I'm so excited. My youngest came home and he's mowing and needed it. And so hopefully that doesn't interfere with my quality or sound here as I'm going on my video. All right, so here we have a tag, and I'm going to make the tag for you. Because even that's just kind of cute and fun, and the box. And I told people that came to stamp camp, there was a lot of love put into prepping everything for this box. When it comes to stamp camp, I try and have things be very prepped and very well thought out and cut ahead of time so that it's a great experience. I love to see people chatting. If it's almost too quiet, I know maybe my projects are a little too much, and that a little too much thought and effort is going into it if they can't chat and have a good time while doing it. So and this is where it kind of got a little intense with the measurements and the cutting ahead of time, and I'll kind of walk you through that too. So if this is something that you want to even switch out the paper or do something, if you still have like the measurements and that, then you can go forward with it with your own take. Because I also understand not everybody's a fan of Halloween, and so that might make a difference on how you would copy this idea or layout for your needs. So a lot of the pieces and parts are coming from the July online exclusives. And so with that, you can get some of the things. So I'm using from the Frightfully Fun suite, I'm using the bundle Oh My Fright here. And that's, like I said, July online exclusive. So they're all live. So I'm using the tag, and I'm cutting down, and so and the bats, so that's coming from there, so that's kind of fun. And then Happy Halloween, that's all I used from this one, but I have already great ideas with this, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so that is the bundle that comes from the Frightfully Fun suite, so the Oh My Fright bundle, stamps and dies. And then I used adhesive backed Ghost Bats dots. Here we go. So I've got Ghost Bats dots, black and white in there. These are super cute and fun. There's also some black ribbon, and I'm going to use that on today's project. And then these white Gable boxes, but they're white, so you can decorate them for any season, anything. And then the Swirls of Magic here is really fun. This, when it dropped in July as demos, we could pre-order even sooner than that. So I was seeing some in June already of 4th of July cards. Think of this for 4th of July, so perfect. I've seen it as birthday cards because it looks so festive and celebratory, and then switch to fall and Halloween, and it's like, oh, it could look a little kind of drifty, smoky, spooky like that. And then think of Christmas and the specialness and magic of Christmas and the stars and swirls. So I see this embossing folder just being so perfect. And if you follow my page, you might see I have a giveaway going on about this right now. So make sure and notice my giveaway on my Facebook page for this, Belle Harder Inspiring Others, and maybe you'll get to win that next week. So that's all from here, but the cute paper is kind of its own standalone product. It's still part of the online exclusives. So a while back ago, I used like the Gingham Gallery, and you guys love that. So it was kind of a standalone paper pack. And here we have the standalone paper pack Spooktacular 6x6 Designer Series paper. So let me show you that quick because it's just so fun. And actually, I love how they put this paper pack together. There's 4 designs, 12 of each. So you'll get, here we go, 12 Draculas. And then just nice black and white. And you could always take blending brushes and color that in orange if you wanted to, or green, or, you know, whatever color, sometimes black and white. You could make this be a birthday card and have it be pink and black, or whatever. Blending brushes are great for that. So there's that. And then we've got this creepy guy here, kind of a ghostly looking dude. And so he's like this, and there's 12 of these, so 12 of each of the 4 designs, so 48 6x6 in the whole pack. And then this has the black and white, kind of heavier on the black. Hello there, Diane. And then this is the actual design that I'm going to make up for you guys today. We've got this little Frankenstein guy here, and he's got orange and black, and then the pumpkin is my sample, and orange and black on that as well. So got black and orange, orange and black, white and black, black and white is for the back sides. So that's very appropriate for the rest of it too. Okay, so that, like I said, coming from this. So the nice thing about that is that we don't have to wait for the fall catalog and Stampin' Up! Listen, because they said, oh, if we wait till September and we have a run on something, what's going to happen when we can't get it back and Halloween's looming and such. So that's why they chose to launch a lot of their products like this in the month of July, just to help us out. And I really like that idea. Okay, so let me show you this white Gable box here. So it comes together so easy. And there's something sticky on here. Probably just my glue dot that I chased away before I went live, and I'm not worried about that because that's going to get covered up. But years ago, remember, I've been a demo now for 30 years. They used to have Gable boxes. They used to have cute little white ones, maybe a little bit more rectangular. They had some cute little silver ones. And so I've kind of been around the block enough to know that I love Gable boxes. And I used to just hoard them because I love them for little gift giving things. So they're nicely pre-scored. They're very sturdy, which is great. And for assembly, it's just a matter of taking and, you know, doing the 1, 2, 3, oops, nope, hold on. Easier said than done. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then that last flap being 4. And then, ta-da. So no adhesive to be able to, you know, have to hassle with that, with the sides and anything. So now it's ready to go. And then also for putting this part of it together, it's just a matter of scoring, you know, the scored thing, which is done already, and then folding that, and then just hooking this onto one side. I'm going to leave that because I'm going to work with that with my project. Okay, so this one's the pumpkin one. I'm going to make the Frankenstein one. So I've got this. Originally, I'm going to walk you through this. What I did is cut this 4 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then I scored this at let me just look here, at about 1.5. So then I just put it back in my score after the 4 3/4 and 3 3/4, and then scored it at about 1.5. And then what I did is, so I had this rectangular piece, and so I knew I wanted, like, here I've got my thing. This was my little template here, and I know that sounds silly, but I had this then sticking out here, so that's going to be like the full piece. And so then I knew it was about like a 1/2 inch from here to there. So all I did then was looked at my 1/2 inch, and on this corner piece, put that where the blade's going to go, and just kind of kink that out to the 1/2 inch, and then cut. And so that made this cut. So imagine, you know, that going out the 1/2 inch. Same thing here, put that on the kink, and then it was going to go out about a 1/2 inch and cut it out so I have nice angles. So that took a little bit of time, but I also then had to do the back side of the box. Okay, so same thing, same measurements, 4 3/4, 3 3/4, and then embossing it with the Swirls of Magic, because if you score it too soon and go through the embossing folder, then what happens is that you've wrecked your scoring because it presses it flat again, so you've lost that. So after doing that, then after embossing it, then I put the score on, did those same notches on each side. So that took a little bit of time. So that's where I said this is kind of my love project, but I wanted to be clear that it just is so cute and so fun when it's all done. So now all I have to do is get some adhesive on here, and then I kind of just give this like a little bit of a kink so that I know where it's gonna go on the fold here. So then I can just kind of shimmy that around, press down, and how fun already is this? And I love how his hair just is like right on that fold of the box as well. And now I can do that with the back side. The Swirls of Magic, that embossing folder, you can have the swirls popping up, and I've seen it used where it's the opposite way, and that has a nice look to it as well. So I don't think there's really a wrong or right way, especially because I'm seeing people use it both ways. I'm choosing to have my swirls popped up. Okay, so given that kink, then it kind of just rides on top of that fold. This is ready to go. And then I just have more pieces of basic black that I ran through the Swirls of Magic. Luckily, that embossing folder is big, so I could put multiples on at a time. And, oops, got a little piece of something sticky there. The measurement for this then is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then 2 of those. So I'm just going to do this and this, and that's going to go on each of the sides to complete it as well. And if you think, oh, you know, there's still like some of the white top showing, there again, you can take our blending brushes if you want, and just go over your ink pad with a blending brush and put that on to continue it looking black or green or whatever color you want. You can do that as well. All right, so now that's basically assembled. So that's not so tough. And then let's make the cute little tag here. And let me show you the tag. Here it is. Okay, so from the Oh My Fright bundle, we've got this size tag. But what I did is I cut, let me just check my measurements, about like 3 1/2 or 3 1/4 inch of white, basic white cardstock. So, okay, so then I'm just going to give you a visual. This is not 3 1/4, but okay. Pretend you got a 3 1/4. What I did then is just laid this on it like this. So when I cut it through my cut and emboss machine, then it made the tag just that size versus long, and then having to cut it. And because then you just have that waste. So I thought if I just pre-cut it that size and run it through, then it's already cut. Sometimes, like if this just shimmied or shifted enough, I might have it at a little bit of an angle, then I just cleaned it up with my trimmer. But I liked sharing that tip because I thought that was kind of a nice little easy thing to share. And then for the Oh My Fright bundle, we've got some bats. So the nice thing about that is that it cut out 3 at a time. So I have 3 bats like this, and then most of the eyes just kind of popped out, but I see there's 2 that didn't out of 6, so not bad at all. And not bat at all, get it? Okay, so let me just put some mini glue dots in the center. At first I was cutting them in half, thinking like, all right, then I would have half behind each wing, but then I'm like, you know, it's not like the stickiness is going to come oozing out of their eyes. I don't have to worry about that. So I just kind of put them on the bottom of my tag, kind of at an angle to give it some motion, make it look like it's kind of flying. And then I'm going to get out some black ink, the Happy Halloween here from Oh My Fright, kind of a nice size. I like the Happy Halloween from there. And then I'm just going to go back with one more bat and one more glue dot here. It's like, where'd my bat go? And press that into the glue dot. And then we've got the tag. So I thought, oh yeah, this makes kind of a nice little project. I was hoping it wasn't too time consuming for people. Sometimes when I'm making it from scratch and going through all the extra effort, I forget how much more time it takes than, or I should say how much less time it takes for you guys just to assemble when all of that is done. I don't time myself on the assembly part. And then from the Oh My Fright suite of products, we've got this black iridescent ribbon. So this is fun. It's got that shimmer shine to it. So I'm just going to poke that through like so. And then I don't put it through here because it's kind of nice that you can open and reopen this. So I just kind of put it through the slot in there. And then I just kind of leave that like so, so that it has some space on there. And then I hold it at the top with kind of my finger so that it leaves a nice little opening there. And then I just pull the knot up towards it to tighten that a couple times. So now we've got a nice dangling tag there. And then let me get my ribbon cutting scissors, and I'm going to add some more ribbon. I didn't have any like really current green colors that coordinated with this. So I think we all have a good stash of retired. And so I found, oh, this fell off my spool. So this is actually Wild Wasabi. Do you remember Wild Wasabi? That was a great color. Still have some of the cardstock and everything. So just am going to kind of twist just to add some more color in here. And I was looking for like even Granny Apple Green, but I love that color and I know I used it quite a bit. So it could also be that if I had some of that, it's used up. So I'm just going to go with like a little bit of a shorter clip on this. And yeah, other choices, like you can see, even Pear Pizzazz would have been good. And this is one that I used a ton. It had that variegated from light to dark of the green there too. So that just kind of helps that. And then with this one, I used some Timid Tiger, that open weave ribbon, and I loved that as well. So yeah, this actually finishes the project. I can actually put that up on here too, like so. So we've got this happy, oh no, it does not finish the project because we have to add some dots. And so I kind of left that up to people. I didn't know if the bats would look goofy because there's already bats on there. I did see some people use that and that's totally fine. But I even liked the extra dots here to have like some dots here and there from the black there, just kind of putting 3 on there to make the tag look a little bit more full. So there you have it, this one and this one. So yes. Hi, Marie. Good to see you on here. And Julie and Diane, thanks for joining in. All right. So let me get this flipped around. Yeah, if you have any questions on anything with the online exclusives, I know some of you say it's a little trickier to find them or whatever, but let me know because I can always send you a link through email and you can just click on that link and the whole kind of PDF, just you can print it out or just view it, you know, that way too. And it's very easy to find things that way. I think it's a lot easier. Stampin' Up! Has heard our request for that too, because I almost felt like it seemed like it was more of a secret, like we weren't supposed to see it, even though they wanted us to. And now they have a better viewing thing to see that too. So yeah, thanks for joining in. Hi, Jean. And have a great weekend. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.